The unemployment choo-choos. Come with us. Here's the unemployment choo-choo. All right, Jeff, welcome back to the unemployment choo-choo. It is a thirsty, think it out loud, theoretical Thursday.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. I'm ready to think on a Thursday.
Are you thinking? Are you thirsty?
Well, I'm going to get myself a brisk iced tea, and then we're going to get this thing going.
Wow. Well, you know what, though, Jeff? I will say, for the people who listen to this and they say, why are they so silly with those names? I just want everyone to know that right now, Thirsty Theoretical Thunderstorm Thursday, it's trending.
Oh, well, you know what? If it trends, and we got to talk about it.
That's it. If it trends, then it's legit. So Thursday it is. And Jeff, there's a lot of things that we could talk about today, but I wanted to maybe start out with a question. Is that okay?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. If I asked you to point to your wiener, could you point to your wiener?
Yes.
Okay. If I ask,
do you need me to drop trowel to do so, or no?
Well, you know what? Not now. Just so it's safe to say you know where your wiener is.
Yes.
Okay.
And lately, it feels like I'm the only one.
Yeah. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Okay. So you know where your wiener is. Do you know where your nipples are?
They're on the end of the half lemons. Yeah.
They're sticking out on the half lemons, right? I'm getting half grapefruits. Sitting at home is really not helping me.
Okay.
Fruit.
Be careful with that grapefruit. No.
Yes.
Sting you in the eye.
Oh, yes, that's right. Give it a little squeeze. The reason that I'm talking about this, Jeff, is because I read something and I can't believe it. And I did a lot of research into it, and I just wanted to make sure that I had all of the facts before we talked about it. There was a story that came out last week, and it started to trend over the weekend and earlier into this week, where it said that millions, 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 Jeff, of women do not know where their own vagina is. Did you see this story?
I did see this story when it came out, and looking into it, you go, come on, I can't believe that.
Look. And again, I guess I read into this because I was like, this has to be clickbait. This is weird. It says an estimated 1/4 of women do not know where their vagina is, according to a new poll conducted by One Poll. And apparently the women that they surveyed were between 21 and 40.
21 and 40.
21 and 40.
Wow. And you would think that, you spend a lot of time down there, right?
You would think.
You don't spend that. You haven't spent that much time down there in a while, and you would even be able to figure out and locate, wouldn't you?
Well,
you're a student of the game.
I'm a student of the game, and I have. I've that's one of my specialties. I say I'm always good at finding a lady's very special spot.
You know what? But here, okay. But the thing is, there's a lot of different compartments, right, down there. So with us, we're cut and dry. We're D and B, and it's over, right? So,
You're right. And the D doesn't look like the B, and the B, there's twice as many Bs as there is Ds.
Right. So we're not too complicated. We're very utilitarian. We
are. Now, where this, Jeff, it says 1 in 10 women actually pass their anatomy quiz. So you're like, okay, well, maybe it's a specific part of the vagina. No. 25% of women couldn't point out where their vagina was. 47% couldn't point out their cervix, and 60% had no idea where their uterus was. 7% of women asked thought their uterus was in their shoulder.
Ooh, okay. Well, then that's just not paying attention in sex ed, right?
Well, see, and this is my thing. Is that what it is? Have we been quarantined so long that we forget, how to get stuff done?
During quarantine, you would think that a lot of those areas were explored like you were Christopher Columbus, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because there's nothing to do, all right? You're Magellan down there, but...
You're Amerigo Vespucci going around the innards of your downstairs?
Well, maybe there was a lot more people like me who were very immature during sex ed class, and when they said penis, vagina. And
you went,
the kid in the class that was in the background, when all the other kids around you have explored it and been there since middle school, you know.
But see, I would think, and this is just me, but I was definitely one of those kids who laughed when they said penis and balls and vagina. But the one thing that I always...
You've matured so much since then.
Oh, I certainly have. You know, and listen, I've always been an explorer of my own body. You know, I've always considered myself to be like the Vikings. You know, I sail the seven seas and I look around things and I explore things. And I find myself exploring myself just as much, if not more, as when I was just a wee little guy in 7th grade.
Well, just now it just takes a little bit more time, you know.
Well, it takes a little bit more time, not because of size down there, but more because I'm more rotund. So even though the size is exactly the same from 6th grade, my tum-tums is definitely bigger.
Right. Everything else stopped growing in 6th grade. Huh?
Everything else stopped. Right. Well, and you know what? Look, and I'll be the first to admit that I'm very proud of my size. You know, I think that you know, a good 3.5 is all you need.
Yeah, you got to stand up for something. But look, I wonder how many people or how many ladies actually believe that this is the case. Now, how many are going to tell you straight up no? And by the way, who do you get together to have this survey done? You know,
that's a good question. Well, it says that they sent out a survey, obviously because of quarantine.
Okay,
but I'm looking here, and it's filed under reproduction, vaginas, women's health, and they said that they sent a survey out to 32,000 women. Now,
wow.
Now my thing is, could this be like a big joke? Like, you know, if I ever got a survey that said, do you know where your wiener is? I would go, no. You know, do you know where your G-spot is? No. You know what I mean? So is it a joke?
Is it? I think that's too many people to survey for it to be a joke. Not everybody takes it as a joke. Don't you think it's too many people?
Well, yes, or you could have, like, a coordinated effort to, you know...
I don't think it's a whole gang of bagawkers.
See, that's the thing. I think it is a bagawker. Because here's the thing. I can't imagine that 1 out of 4 women couldn't point to their hoo-ha. And something tells me that if you can't point out your hoo-ha, you're doing it as a little tee-hee-hee, a little tomfoolery, a little bagawkery, as it were. And we're big bagawkers. You know, if we got that, don't tell me you would tell them you knew where your wee-wee was.
What if you're a bigger woman and they say you point, you misfire. You can't exactly...
Right, you end up pointing to your knee.
Right, yes.
You know?
Yes, you can point to your knee, yeah.
Or...
if they say, if you're bigger and they say, where are your breasts, then you point to your back. And they say that's wrong, and you go, nope, they go all the way around my back.
That's right. And some people even have back breasts.
Right.
That's true. And you know what? It could be the same thing. Maybe, like you said, they're sitting there and they're the same size that they were in 6th grade.
Right. So it's very difficult to explore. So instead of spending the time for the exploration, you give up and then you just get yourself a bag of Cheetos and cover yourself in Cheeto. Maybe people do that more.
Right. You cover yourself in Cheeto and then you sit there and wonder why no one's coming to service you.
Wow, sounds like our lives.
Yes, it does. Very much. Yes. Unemployment choo-choo. It's the unemployment choo-choo. All right, Jeff, just to kind of end this week, we love celebrity birthdays. We love, naming our days, but we especially love neat studies about things. I'm a big study guy. I always have been.
Yeah, you do like to study. I notice that. I mean, I live for the naming of the days. I really do. That's me. But the studies, yes, you do enjoy those. You say to me all the time, I like a good study. I
do, and we'll be talking on the phone privately, and you'll be saying something, I'll be like, man, I wish I could have a study right now.
Right, or you'll say something like, you won't believe this wonderful, stupendous study that I just got finished reading about.
Right, I spend my time reading stupendous studies.
Right.
But
Steve.
But I only read stupendous studies on Saturday. because it's Saturday Stupendous Study Day.
All right, I should have known.
You should have. You should have. That's okay, though, Jeff. Now, here's a stupendous study that I think you'll really get behind, okay?
Okay.
1 in 10 parents, that's 10%, read night-night stories to their teenagers.
Really?
Yeah. Now, were you getting night-night stories when you were a teenager?
I don't ever think I got them as a kid to begin with.
Really?
Because, look, I was somebody that really had no problem getting to sleep, you know.
You were able to go.
Yeah, I was able to go. I wasn't the story kid. You didn't need to read me a book. I would have read my own books, or I would have lied on Book It, with Pizza Hut
to get the free
personal pan. Yeah.
By the way, can we just talk about how corruptible that Book It system was? You literally, okay, all you had to do was just write down fake books and then just have your mom sign it. Like, they're not going to check up on you.
No, I feel like we went every Friday.
Oh, yeah. Book It was great.
And they weren't helping with childhood obesity at all.
No.
Right.
No, as a matter of fact, I believe and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how your Book It worked, but it was like every 3 books, you got a personal pan. If you read 5 books, you got a personal pan, a breadstick, and a Pepsi.
Yeah, I don't remember all the extras, but I just remember getting the personal pan and be able to go. When Pizza Hut was really good because you could sit down in the Pizza Hut and really enjoy it fresh out of the oven.
And there's nothing like a Pizza Hut pizza that's free, but and by the way, if you ever look around a Pizza Hut, most of the people in the Pizza Hut are illiterate, so you would think that Pizza Hut would catch on that nobody is reading. Yeah,
I know. And I'll tell you what, I never felt bad about it. Never felt bad about lying about it. So, they opened the door for free pizza, and a lot of kids took advantage of it.
Oh, you're goddamn right. And, this story here, Jeff, this stupendous Saturday study, 1 in 10 parents are reading to their teenage kids. That means that between the ages of 13 and 17, 1 out of 10 kids still are getting read goodnight stories.
Yeah, but, as a teenage kid in your room, didn't you have Hustler magazine or, a Penthouse that your buddy lent you?
Oh no, me! I had Playgirl and Bill Nye.
Oh, did you? Okay, all right.
Yeah, Playgirl and Bill Nye really got me going.
Yeah, Playgirl got you going. I actually did a photo shoot with somebody about Playgirl. But...
Wait, you had a Playgirl photo shoot? Were you in Playgirl?
No, I had a large friend who did it when they were closing it down, and I did a photo shoot with him.
And did he bear it all?
I'll tell you what. You got every crack and crevice for sure.
Every crack and crevice?
Yes.
Oh, my. Oh, this is exciting. Well, this
is a little more raunchy than I expected it to be, but hey, you only live once.
Well, my question is, the one thing I liked about Playgirl that I thought Playboy didn't take advantage of, and again, we're getting off track here. I do want to get into the story thing because I have some wondiferous audio. Playgirl was definitely more raunchy.
Right.
Playgirl, you got the cheek spread, you got the bend over, you got different positions. Playboy, they tried to make it this classy magazine, and I got to tell you, I wasn't into that. Even the centerfold.
You started to get a lot of famous people. Like I remember the one lady who was on The Price is Right was on there.
Yeah, you would remember that.
Like a WWE, one of the divas was in there.
Didn't China do that?
China, I did it. Sable, I think her name was. She was in it. So yeah.
And you got the Pam. But you're right. You have these famous people, and it is it's sort of like an honor in a weird way. Like it's sort of like a, oh my God, I made it kind of thing.
Yeah, you get paid good.
Whereas
and you get to hang with the hef.
You do. And see, Playgirl, I feel like they were, look, they are, raunchy cheeks over a glass table. And I never understood the difference. Why were they so raunchy, whereas Playboy, was so sophisticated?
Yeah, Playgirl was done in, like some apartment.
Right.
Right. in some neighborhood somewhere.
Right. They went on a subway car and they got the homeless guy $5 and he spread eagle.
Right. He spread eagle. Yeah, somewhere in the Midwest, I think.
Yes. Well, okay. So, and again, I think we can always delve into more Playgirl versus Playboy, which I do think is an important discussion. But Jeff,